Hi, this is Christine Crowell here, and today, well, it's Monday, and we tested our 34 AI agents today, and we're testing them every week. We really are taking them through the actual hard work and the aspects of what it needs to do in order to function in a healthcare business. So, like I said, we tested 34 AI agents today, which I created, and here's what worked really well. And I'm calling this our healthcare ops and staffing. Okay, so whether you got a staffing business or healthcare operations, it is still going to be relevant to you. We can save you 20 hours a week or more. And I'm going to talk to you about this in this video, which will be about 10 minutes, for example. And what I really want to go through with you is imagine that you can cut 8 to 12 hour admin hours a week. Let's look at this really carefully here, what I've just said. Imagine cutting 20 hours a week out of your business. Imagine that you're able to get back your time, but also increase your revenue as well. And having approvals, audits, all of these things at your fingertips without having to have a room full of staff members doing different tasks and really running around like sometimes it can seem like you're firefighting. So our team meetings to do with AI is on a Monday. We do it for 2 hours. And our team, we review all of the 34 AI agents. We test them ourselves in the week, for example, and we test them live. Okay, and what we did is that we had our task and we took, the 20-hour task, for example, that it would take one person was actually, it took 10 minutes with AI. So imagine you've got a staff member there who's doing a repetitive, boring task, for example, and it's taking them 20 hours. Whereas with one of our AI agents, it took 10 minutes. With follow-ups done automatically. No the staff member having to send out an email and then another email. The AI agent does all of that for you. It takes that stress away from you. So in this video, I'm going to also show you the highlights and how you can use our AI agents in your care service or your staffing agency today. Now, you'll be seeing some of the slides here as well, for example, of the video, for example, but a bit about me, where I come from. Now, I'm an ex-CQC, compliance. For example, I ran my own healthcare business and I know what it takes. The hard work, the struggle, the compliance, the constant having to be alert and being on your toes at all times when running this type of business. I've also had my own City and Guilds training center in the UK as well as in America. I used to be a lecturer and also an exam invigilator as well for the colleges in the UK, for example. So I've spent 35 plus years in health and social care. I've been CQC registered, I've been City and Guilds accredited center, training center, former lecturer and an exam invigilator, like I said, and we build agents that managers trust because they are tested weekly and they run on our existing tools and nothing goes out without human approval. So we make sure that they work. We test them every single week to make sure that they are working at the peak capacity, for example, our AI agents. Now, 3 things today is what our 34 agents actually do and what they can do for you. Our step-by-step Q&A implementation process, and also we got a demo, and I'd like for you to book a demo, but I'll show you a quick short snippet of our demo as well, including for perm and temp staffing. Now, I'll go through, you'll see some snippets about timesheet management, GDPR, HIPAA compliance examples, plus real 20-hour versus 10-minute case. And I can't show you all of that in this short video, but I will play so that you can see the difference when there's someone working on something manually versus the agent doing the same thing in 10 minutes, for example. So we did our kickoff call with when we had our meeting today, discussing the goals of what we want to achieve, where the time is currently lost, and how we can help our clients gain back their time, gain back their life. Because running a care business or any type of business, it takes a lot of your time. You know, you're at your desk till midnight, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I want you to stay tuned. So we did testing results, 30 examples, evaluations, whether it was pass, fail, and what needed fixing, for example, and they all passed. There was a few tweaks that we needed to add, and that's being done currently at the moment. Because as we implement into each business, then there's going to be different things that need to be done as well. Because not one size fits all. So we implement what is right for your organization by talking to your team, talking to the organization, seeing what it is that you need at this current time, for example, what your growth strategy looks like. And also, you know, even though we work with you now, we also want to grow with you as well. Okay, so we do live demos, and we did a live demo today about the shift. How do we fill a shift? How do we cancel a shift? What if a client wants to take on one of your clients, for example, one of your staff members, for example? How does that client do that from the website, for example, as well as the timesheet being filled in? Who is it being alerted to? Who's going to pick up the call, for example? It goes into a timesheet, how it's being transferred, for example, and how we mold them into your organization. So we have a timesheet management flow, and we ensure that this is exceptional and that it meets the approvals for invoices to be paid on time. So this is all part of your finance section, and it will also say, right, okay, this is the rate at this time. The client will also know what your potential client, what you're looking at charging, for example, and then they will be different rates according to whether it's council or whether it is governmental or whether it's a private client, for example, and what also needs to be done. Okay, so we also went into compliance, GDPR, HIPAA, compatibility, setup, approvals, the audit logs that we have as well to fit in, because when we're talking about GDPR and HIPAA, there's some aspects that is offline, that it's not online, and where do we store it and how do we store that safely for the clients, for example, and you'll need to have that in terms of your business as well. Okay, so we were testing the pilot platform for growth, and let me tell you, it is going to grow big. It's going to be massive. Okay, so on screen you'll see this. Today we did some step-by-step things, testing results, the perm and temp aspect, timesheets, GDPR, HIPAA examples, but also this is not just about staffing agency or home care or care agency, recruitment care agency. It is about recruitment in itself. It's also about supported living. It's about sheltered housing. It is about care home for the elderly. It is about nursing home. The list is on. It's about children's home. Any type of business really, this can be adjusted to. It's just that I specialize in healthcare, and that's where I feel that majority of where I feel is needed, because we're a bit behind with healthcare due to GDPR and HIPAA compliance, for example. I just feel that this needs to be get on with now, because I feel as the business owners, we have a lot of stress, and care providers, you have a lot of stress. So I'm here to try and take that stress away from you by having these systems in place. So our 34 agents, we have them in groups, okay? So we've got Rota, shift, fill, ops. So we've got different operations, and I'll call them ops, healthcare ops. Manager approval is required, of course, within your organization. Recruiting, staffing, CV ready, for example, consent captures where there's signatures that are being done whilst they're with the client, for example, NMC validation, nurse, registered nurse, for example, validation, duplicate finder, so there's no duplicate, whether it's interviewing or whether it's booking shifts, for example. We also have our compliance and training operations, for example, compliance pack builder, maps for CQC, quality statements, training, induction, orchestra, for example, credentials, expiry dates as well. We've got our finance section and admin section, which is timesheets, overlap, detector, rate card, auditor, and also the checker, for example. We've got late, whether someone's arrived late or whether they've arrived on time or whether they've done overtime, that it's been approved, for example. We've got our KPI reporter. We've also got our stack, which is the human approval, for example, full audit logs. So how do we train and test and implement? Every Monday we run an evaluation set, which is 30 examples per agent, for example. So we measure the precision, the recall, and also keep the log with any rollbacks. So we look at any high risk actions, bookings, rate overrides, finance rights, for example, always going through the human approval, for example, just to make sure that the AI agent is doing what we want them to do, for example. So we evaluate, like I said, low, temp, deterministic steps, approvals, audits, and rollbacks. So you'll see here the short demo. I'm not going to show you everything. I'm just going to give you a little snippet, because I would like for you to book so that I can talk to you correctly about this, so that you can see how our AI agents work within your organization, and we can describe it to fit your organization as well. So I will show you our different sections, for example. We will also go through the compliance pack, the recruiting, staffing examples, perm, temp. You'll see them all, the AI agents that we have. You'll go through the GDPR, HIPAA examples, and I'll talk to you about that. timesheet follow-ups, how does that work? Validation of timesheets, nothing worse than, you've got a timesheet that has been put in incorrectly. So we're here to stop that. So you'll see some case examples, but they will be seen just as short snippets, because I'm not here to give you everything all at once. I want to be able to explain what it is that we do on a Monday behind the scenes, and for you to see that, so that you know that we are here for you. We're here, we've listened, and we're here to help you in your healthcare business, for example. So we've got our new client flow, training, implementation, for example, safety and compliance. We have that as well, the compatibility as well, what the outcomes are. Why does this matter? It matters a lot. The results is that you get your time back, stress is down, and thousands saved on repetitive admin agents run on autopilot with your approval on top. So you can lead, not firefight. So book a free demo. You've seen a little bit about what we offer and how we do things. You've seen a tiny snippet of that without running a temp or perm agency or a care service that needs consistent ops. Book a free 15-minute appointment. It'll probably end up being 30 minutes depending how large your organization is, where you are, and I will show you the agents that we've tested today, and we will pick just 1 and 2 that save you the most time in 14 days, that is compatible with your organization. Like I said, I would love to discuss this further with you, because we've just spent 2 hours auditing all our 34 agents that we run for healthcare, help you to run a healthcare organization. So we've created healthcare ops, healthcare operations and staffing, live installs, live matrix. That's what we've just been doing. And just to recap, we test this weekly and we do it real time. We allow someone to do a 20-hour task manually, as opposed to an AI agent that does it in 10 minutes. And I think that is super amazing. So you got to look at what's going to be right for you. AI, it's here to stay, and if you don't use it, you're going to be left behind. You really will be left behind, and you don't want to be left behind. You want to be at the beginning. It's already started, but you really want to be a part of this now. So like I said, we test every single week to make sure that things are working as it should be, and we're here to help you. So book a free 15-minute, 30-minute appointment, depending on what size your organization is, and I will love to take you through what our AI agents can do for you in your business. Have a wonderful day. The link is here. Just click it and I will speak with you, and we will talk for 15-30 minutes going through what the AI agents can do for you in your organization. It will save you so much time, stress, energy, and finance as well. So have a wonderful day, everyone. I look forward to speaking with you soon. Take care. Thank you. Bye.